The views now of Cameron Peacock from IG in Melbourne. Cameron, yeah, some pretty good gains last week. Well, very strong weekly gains, certainly for the US and Europe. What do you think? We're going to start off pretty well in around an hour's time?
Yeah, good morning, Bridie. I think we will. I think, we're looking at a strong start for our local market after a very strong session on Wall Street on Friday night. Despite the thin trading and the shortened trading day, we had the Dow Jones up 172 points, or about 1.4%, recapturing that 13,000 level for the first time, essentially, since Obama was re-elected. Similarly, we saw the S&P up 1.3%, back above 1,400 at 1,409. We also had the Nasdaq up about 1.4%. So those gains are really being attributed to some very strong performances from some big name tech companies like Apple and Research in Motion, which have taken a bit of a hammering in recent times, and also the broader sort of consumer retail market. Of course, on Friday it was what they call Black Friday over there, which is the traditional post-Thanksgiving kickoff to the Christmas shopping season, and by all accounts there was very strong shopper turnout. The likes of Walmart, Macy's, Nordstrom's, The Gap, some of those bellwether names, all reporting very strong crowds and hopefully the start of what is a bumper Christmas season. So I think you take that scenario added to the fact that we've got Congress coming back this week. There's a growing belief that Washington will get its act together and Republicans and Democrats will come together to find or to sort out a deal that will prevent the US from going over the fiscal cliff, and the view that Greece will get its money, if not tonight, sometime this week. That's all helping push investor sentiment in the right direction. And so on the back of that, we had a very big session on Wall Street, and on the back of that, we are calling for a solid start today with the local market called up about 23 points, or about 0.5%, around that 44.36 level. Now, it's only gains of 0.5%, but I suspect there's probably still a little bit of caution in our market, because until you get this Greek deal over the line, I think people are very wary of being caught on the wrong side of that. Too many times in recent times we have been disappointed and let down by delays, and I think people that's certainly being factored into our price today.
What do you think too of the moves in currency markets as well? I mean, the Aussie sort of are trading around that 104.5 US cent mark still. Euro obviously bouncing higher as well. Is a lot though of what you've just been saying really priced into some of those currencies?
Yeah, look, I think, obviously on Friday was a real risk-on session. We saw, as you mentioned, the Aussie dollar going from, I think, 103.95 into the 104.60s. We saw the euro bouncing from sort of 128.85 into the 129.70s. We saw the US dollar weaken. We had gold up $23. We had oil up. We had the commodity base metals all a little bit higher. So I think people are sort of hopeful that if everything falls into place, we do get the fiscal cliff resolved, Greece do get their payment, the US does have a bumper shopping season leading into Christmas, then we could get that Santa Claus rally that a lot of people are starting to talk about now.
All right. Yeah. Any sort of idea of year-end call then for the ASX 200? I know it's obviously pretty hard to make that sort of call, but what do you think?
Oh, look, I'm not in the business of making predictions. I've got no idea what it could end up, but I think certainly all the elements are there for a rally if some of those things can fall into place. Like I said, if we do have a continuation of, I think it's Cyber Monday in the US today, we see another good retailing day in the US. Greece do get their money this week, and over the next couple of weeks we do get this fiscal cliff issue resolved that's to a level that's satisfactory to both parties and to the broader US community. Then I think all the hallmarks are there for a Santa Claus rally. What that leads to, whether it's sort of 44.50, 4,500, 4,600 on our market, I've got no idea. But I think all the elements are in place for it.
All right. Thank you so much for that, Cameron.
Thanks, Bridie.